Hey everyone, welcome back to Pleasure Principles, the podcast where we challenge conventions, explore the human desires, and dive deep into the realities of intimacy, pleasure, and the connection. I'm your host Avik, and today's episode is about breaking down the myths around adult entertainment, embracing the pleasure without shame, and navigating the digital intimacy in an ever evolving world. So joining me is one and only Paper Cat. So welcome to the show, Paper.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Lovely. That's really great. So, Paper, like before we start, I'll quickly love to introduce you to all of our listeners. Dear listeners, Paper is the host of Spicy Spectrum, a powerhouse podcast that's been nominated for favorite adult podcast at the 2025 Avian Awards. So she's also the founder of Design Your Dream Girl, an innovative and groundbreaking fantasy fulfillment service that's redefining the personal connection and the desire. So, with her transition from news producer to an adult industry leader, she brings a rare and bold perspective to those conversations, tackling topics like male loneliness, sexuality, and the unspoken realities of the digital age. So, Pepo, welcome to the Pleasure Principles. I'm beyond excited for this conversation.
Yeah, I am too. Thank you. Thank you so much
Lovely.
for having me, and I can't wait to tell you more.
Okay, great, great. So people like there's so many misconceptions about the adult entertainment. I mean,
Mhm.
what are the some of biggest myths that you encounter, and how do you address them?
Yes. Some of the myths that I encounter, well, the first one is that it's
Mm,
easy, especially with platforms like
yeah.
OnlyFans, and people just think that it's easy
Mm,
money, but it takes a lot of work.
yeah.
It takes a lot of marketing and planning, and it goes beyond what people think. It involves personal connection. A lot of people come to us to feel open and not shamed of exploring who they are and their desires. And a lot of people just think that it's just, just fun pleasure, but it goes deeper
Mm,
into really feeling comfortable with who you are and what makes you human. Yeah. And then another myth is that a lot of people think that we're broken or we're forced into this. And I'm not saying that
mm,
there are people who need to be in this industry for
yeah.
whatever reason, but a lot of us have attended college and we just decided to
Mm,
change and shift gears. And we are intelligent and we are savvy. Yeah, yeah. But those are the main
mm.
misconceptions that people have.
Exactly. I really have to appreciate that. Really, really. Thank you so much for sharing this. And also, like, it's wild how much misinformation is out there. So much of what people believe about the industries based on outdated stigmas rather than the reality. So
Mhm.
that's true. What do you say on this?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have stigmas based on how they were raised, maybe their religion, or just based on
Yeah.
misconceptions of the past. I mean, we are in a time where it's people are being more open and honest online, on podcasts, on social media, and I think it's time to stop sweeping sexuality and our sexual pleasure under the
Mm,
rug and really just be open about it, because the more we don't talk about it, the more people
mm.
just live life being shameful of something that's natural, Everyone
Yeah,
should experience some sort of pleasure and not feel ashamed.
exactly. Very true. Very true. Yeah. So, yeah, you were saying something. Yeah.
Oh no, I
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay. So I was just asking, like, one of your key focuses is the male loneliness and how adult entertainment intersects with the emotional connection. And
Mhm.
if you can also share, like, what are some of the insights that you have gained from your work in this space?
Yeah. So when I first started, I got a lot
Hmm.
of older men, middle age,
Yeah.
between, I want to say,
Hmm.
30s to like 80s. I don't know, that's the
Okay.
age range. But as time
Uh,
went on, I noticed a lot of younger men in college or just in their
uh,
20s signing up for these sites as well
yeah.
as coming to me for sessions.
Hmm.
And a lot of them I noticed were virgins or weren't
Hmm.
dating, they were shy, or they just didn't know how to speak with women. And I've been
Yeah.
noticing an increased number of younger men
Hmm.
during my cam shows and even phone sex, and them
Hmm.
just trying to figure out pleasure. And uh, a lot of them have expressed that they are experiencing
Hmm.
loneliness. In addition to that, I mean, even husbands, they have some sort of loneliness, even though they're partnered. People with partners,
Hmm.
boyfriend, or have girlfriends or
Hmm.
wives, they still have some sort of loneliness when it comes to them not being able to feel like they can fully be themselves in the
Yeah.
bedroom with their partner. And so they come to me to fulfill that
Hmm.
loneliness in terms of sexual pleasure virtually. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, shame around desire is something so many people struggle with. So, how do you see this impacting the intimacy and self-expression?
Mhm. Yeah, I get so I have some customers who have been on these sites for years. They're really comfortable. And then I have a
Hmm.
subset of customers who are a little shy. They may
Hmm.
not tell me
Yeah.
outright what they're into because it may be taboo, or they may think it's weird, or I may laugh. And there's a lot of shame with them not feeling comfortable being outright with what they want. But then they get more comfortable. I mean, I don't laugh at people unless they pay me to laugh, which is a kink that some people like. But yeah, they feel more comfortable. They get more comfortable with each session, and but I do see a lot of shame, and then a shame towards me online on social media platforms with trolls, internet trolls, or people commenting under my videos and pictures projecting their shame of themselves onto me, and me being open to my sexuality and them being ashamed of it. And so they show that through mean messages and comments. And yeah, so I do notice that people wear a mask and they like to hide parts of themselves that they are embarrassed about when it comes to sexual pleasure and what they like.
Exactly. Exactly true. Yeah. And also, if I have to say this, like, digital intimacy is definitely evolving fast. Like, as you mentioned, between OnlyFans, VR experiences, and AI-driven companionships. So, how do you see this shaping the future of connection and the fantasy?
Mhm. Yeah, I see personal connection in
Hmm.
terms of more
Hmm.
people, specifically men in my case, looking for more customized digital experiences. We saw a rise in it during COVID, for example, in the industry when you are not around people, you turn to technology. And I can see that as AI, even though there are robots and AI programs, people are still going to crave that human connection. And even though it's virtual, you still get to cam or even do phone sex with a
Yeah.
human and
Hmm.
having that human intimacy through the screen. And I see that becoming really, really popular. And then I see
Hmm.
too, which I don't think men should substitute relationships with adult entertainers. I think it can be a part of their life, but I don't think they should totally depend on us. But I do see when it comes to the male loneliness epidemic, I see more men going to sites like adult sites to find that connection that they can't get elsewhere. Although I would rather them have a healthy
Mm.
balance with us. So,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yep.
yeah.
And also, do you think that society is ready to embrace these changes, or is there still a stigma around the digital intimacy?
Yeah, I think moving forward, I think it's
Mm,
still a little resistance, especially in the US. There's still a little resistance. I know they're
mm,
discussing the ban on porn here, which I
mm,
don't think they're going to shut down our industry. And if they do, we always find a way. But yeah, I think there's a little pushback, but I think people are getting more
mm,
open-minded as we go on and see that we shouldn't sweep our
mm,
desires under the rug, but I think it's still going to be a fight that will have to still continue when it
mm.
comes to sex work and pushing against people who don't like us or who don't want our platforms.
Understood. Okay. Okay. I mean, with Design Your Dream Girl, you are creating a space where people can explore their fantasies without the fear of judgment. So, what inspired you to launch this, and what's been the response so far?
Yeah, so I wanted to create a customized experience where the user or my customer has an opportunity to design their fantasy or even a personal connection in a safe space where they can actually have
Hmm,
sessions with me if they want to do calls, cam calls, whatever
hmm,
it looks like, messaging. But the whole premises is that they get what they want. And it's a customized experience. And I think it's super important, especially as AI continues. I think we still need that human element. And that's why I wanted to create something where they can have that human touch, even if it's virtually, but still live out their
hmm,
fantasies with me and me help them create what they
hmm.
desire.
Got it. Got it.
And
Yep.
yeah, and sorry, and in terms of the
Hmm,
feedback, I've gotten customers who have enjoyed the experience of me really creating a safe space for them to do taboo desires or desires where they can't often do with others. And they felt safe with me and comfortable. I don't share their personal
hmm,
life. I keep it private and they enjoy the intimacy and the care that I have for them because I don't want my customers to feel like they should be
hmm.
embarrassed for what they like.
Exactly. Understood. Hmm. And also, do you find that people have a hard time articulating their desires, even in a judgment-free space?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I've come across guys, they'll
Hmm,
kind of fill me out, so they'll ask me what I'm into instead of just saying what they want. So they'll kind of figure out if what I like aligns with what they like. And then I'll just outright say, "Hey, what are you into? I've seen it all
yeah.
before. I've seen everything. Like the good, the bad, the ugly, and I'm not going to judge you. I mean, I've been doing this for years and um but they are hesitant, especially the ones who are into taboo fantasies that may be socially unacceptable or
Mhm.
fantasies that you may scratch your head and think, why are they into that? Or bizarre, kinks or fetishes. But at the end of the day, I get it out of them and then they feel comfortable coming back for more.
Yeah, that's that's really lovely. Yeah. And if someone listening today is struggling with the shame around their fantasies or the desires, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
Yeah, I would advise them to really understand themselves as to why they feel like that. Is it something that you've been told? Is it something in your personal life? Um, I would advise them to get in tune with themselves and explore whatever way that looks like safely, of course, but explore and try new different types of experiences and get out of your comfort zone. That's what adult sites are for, and I'm not encouraging anyone to do it or not, but I mean, I mean, I would. I don't think it's bad to explore in a safe place where you don't feel judged and where you can truly, live out your sexual desires and the person not care or judge you. Yeah, that's my advice. But
That's amazing. That's amazing. Great. Great. So, people, like, this conversation has been incredible. And I love that how you are pushing boundaries, challenging the outdatedness, and helping people embrace their pleasure without the shame. So, it's such a necessary conversation, and especially in the today's world where so many people feel disconnected from their desires and also unsure of how to navigate the intimacy. So, to everyone who's listening, if you want more of Pepper's bold, unfiltered insights, check out the Spicy Spectrum and design your dream girl. Whether you are looking to break free from the shame, explore your fantasies, or just expand your perspective, then Pepper is the person to learn from. If this
yeah.
episode has resonated with all of you, share it with a friend or someone whom you love the most. Leave us a review and remember that pleasure isn't something you need to earn, it's something you deserve. So, until next time, stay curious, stay open, and stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Yeah.